Without doubt, the best thing that's happened to me this year is learning how to make pasta. I had 7 days off between the role I'm in now, my previous role, and I did a half day learning how to cook at a restaurant in the New Forest. If there's any carb avoiders out there, I can convert you with one mouthful of mushroom tagliatelle. Okay, so this was my very first day working in London, my first job in advertising within Southampton. So I'd come from the sticks to the city, and I was lucky enough to be invited out to lunch by my boss and the publisher of Woman and Home magazine. We went to Montplaisir, very fashionable French restaurant at the time, and I liked the look of what I thought was fish with mustard. I thought that looks very good. Poisson with mustard, fantastic. And then when this little chicken came along, a poussin, as I later found out, and I asked the waiter to send it back. I said, frankly, that's not what I ordered. That's not the fish. And in my very first day, I showed what a kind of rather unsophisticated Hampshire boy I was, rather than the urban kind of sophisticate I aspired to be. Okay, well, take my worst moment has been, just in last week, which was a hangover I had the other Friday after I was out to dinner with the rather brilliant new joint CEO at MEC. And whilst we're out, we're getting some post updates on our Friars football campaign, a number of awards that was winning. And at 11 o'clock, I had to call and say, I'm sorry, I've got to go. And I went and joined the team over at the famous Great Room at the Grosvenor House with 2 bottles of champagne, one of which I drank rather too quickly, which meant that I had a teenage scale hangover on Friday. But it was a great night, a really, really great night. Anything. I just like to talk. Well, in the industry, Jeremy Bullmore, absolutely. Yeah, Jeremy. Outside of the industry, I'm a big fan of a guy called Robert Evans, who is a Hollywood producer. If you get a chance to read, or even better, listen to The Kid Stays in the Picture, fantastic book. Head of Paramount Studios at the age of 26, went on to produce The Godfather, Chinatown, Rosemary's Baby, the most creative streak in Hollywood history. If you can do it when you're 26, well, that's a pretty good thing to aspire to. I'm pretty open. I think people know kind of an awful lot. Okay, what's the one thing that people don't know about me? And not a lot of people know. Not a lot of people know that I have a 6-inch scar on my right arm that has Frankenstein-sized stitch holes next to it from when I fell through a glass door as a kid. Although what I used to say was that I was in a knife fight because I thought it sounded cooler. I care more. It's a great question. It is the easy answer to that. There were 5 weeks when I was at Facebook when my campaign subscription wasn't coming through, and I was getting increasingly itchy and irate. So what I can say is, if you haven't got it, you really, really miss it, and that's a sign of something that's really great.